What should be done whenever there is a clerical or typographical error in the birth certificate entry? When is it said that there is late registration? Today, friends, I will be discussing everything about late registration and correction in the entry of birth certificate. This is Docni making life easier to avoid stress which causes a lot of sickness and to make life easy and comfortable for all. From the time a child is born, the parents or guardians should have 30 days within which to enter or record his birth in the local civil registrar. In this case, there is no need for whatever certifications provided the parents are married, and in the case of acknowledging a child in case parents are not married, the acknowledging parent is required to be present and to present identification. Birth certificates is printed in a security paper, that is why it has different color to prevent fraud or fake copies. Now those who will record the birth on the 31st from birth onward is said to be late registration. Here circumstances of birth like the name of the child, birth date, birthplace, and parents are already required. The expenses in late registration is different and determined according to each city or municipality. The following corrections needs to be done in court: 1 year when a person is born, 2. Citizenship, 3. Age, 4. Legitimate and illegitimate, and 5. Surname or middle name. Here there is a need for publication, a filing fee, hearing and attorney's fees. On the other hand, the following can just be done in the local civil registrar of the place where a person was born: 1. Spelling of the name, 2. Error in the place of birth, 3. Wrong surname of mother or father, 4. Sex, 5. Day and date of birth, 6. First name is lacking, 7. No name, 8. Misspelling of the surname, 9. Wrong birth order. So majority can just be corrected in the local civil registrar. In all of these, the need to file a petition to the local civil registrar. In the case of correction in the entry of sex, there is a need for medical certificate from an accredited government physician, to check if there was no sex change or sex reassignment, a birth certificate, and a proof that one is really a female. A person securing a birth certificate in the Philippine Statistics Authority and found out that there is no record of birth certificate therein, that person must inform the local civil registrar, who in turn will make an endorsement in the PSA. In cases where there is really no record of birth certificate, what will be done is reconstruction. This is in cases where the registry office was inundated by a floor or the records was eaten by fire. Here the requesting person will present former record that he has. It can be a baptismal certificate and anything that is of earliest record, like record in the elementary school, SSS, voter's ID, or employment record, so as just to establish identity, because what is prevented here is the hiding from a crime that might have been committed. If case any of the following cannot really be secured, that's the when there's a need for the affidavit of 2 disinterested person who is not anyway related to the person securing a birth certificate. These documents will be assessed and comments will be made by the civil registrar that might still need to comply with other records and then pay necessary processing fees. A minor applicant should always be accompanied by a guardian or grandparents. There is also what we call an out-of-town reporting of birth, where the civil registrar of the present place of the person making the late registration will report to the other civil registrar of the place where he was born. He doesn't need to go back to place where he was born. In cases where the person was born in the other country, they have to show birth certificate from other country to the consular office of DFA in that country and report the birth of the child. For those who were born before 1930 and those who reached 100 years old of age can secure records from the National Archive. There should be no second or double registration. In case there is error in the birthplace, registrar should really check if it is true, if the birth is not simulated to evade a crime. Civil registrar cannot erase any entry in the birth certificate because this is tantamount to tampering. There any correction can just be expressed in term of annotation in the birth certificate itself. Annotation reflects the necessary correction. Names that are ridiculous, bad to hear, or denoting something sexual should be done in court. This must be proven in court, and a need to present an expert in the language proving that it is real as what is claimed is necessary before a case will be decided into his favor. Change of name affects public interest. Changing it is not a right but only a privilege after a thorough determination and consideration. That would be all as of now, my friends. Again, this is Docni who provided you with meaningful and practical application of the law. Please subscribe to my channel so you will be notified in case new discussion will be released. God bless us all. Thank you and adjourn.